Okay. So something that has come to me through... geez, we've been doing this a long time. Haven't we, though? I mean, we took a couple of decent...
Over 10 years?
We took a couple of decently sized breaks, but we've been doing this such a long time.
I'm not wrong saying it's over 10 years, am I?
No, because Humphrey was born when we were doing it. Unbelievable. It's quite disgusting we've left it going this so long. We had lockdown. We could have done it all then.
Oh, yeah, because I wasn't busy at all in lockdown.
It's only bleed lockdown. Right. Something that, obviously, we've been watching Doctor Who from the earliest time to now. And aside from the new stuff, obvs, we've not mixed it up very much. There's been the odd time one of the kids has made reference to a Doctor Who story and I've sat down and watched, City of Death with one of them or whatever, something like that, which is no hardship really, is it? But it's been pretty much a continuous thread of Doctor Who, trying to keep sort of within the same eras, this, that and the other. And we've obviously come to the end of Classic Who now, which is, deeply sad for any number of reasons, I think. But something that is, it's just dawning on me is how prophetic this final season of Doctor Who is. And each of the stories, I think, point forward to things that are just going to become the norm, they're quite unusual, but will become the norm. So Battlefield, which is, a flawed story, but a brilliantly enjoyable one. We've got Unit, a new conception of Unit that could have become the norm within that era. And there's a general sense of sort of playing, casting, the Doctor from the future, leaving notes of the past, that leaving messages, that has been done to death thousands of times now in New Who. Then we get Ghostlight, which has got that sort of quite surreal, quite bold storytelling, letting the audience do some of the work, which, was quite unusual for Doctor Who. The forerunner for that is something like Kinder, but even Kinder's telegraphed far more than Ghostlight is. We've got Survival to go. We'll talk about Survival as we get to it, but I still think this holds true for Survival. But I am flabbergasted on having just watched episode 4 of Curse of Fenric, just how much of it is just the future of Doctor Who, spread over 4 episodes back in 1980, whatever it was. It's unbelievable to me, absolutely flabbergasting to me, just how much this story crams in. And there is an argument to say that it's too rushed, okay? And there was a couple of just moments in this last episode I thought, we've gone from that to that a bit quick. It's not bothered me at all. Overall, I think this is the cut to watch. If you've never watched Fenric, obviously you're entitled to do whatever you like, but you can search out the extended editions. But the pace of this and the energy of this just steamrollers over any seeming gaps in plots. I mean, I don't want a shot of somebody walking from one building to another to justify the fact that they've just been over there and now they're over here. Okay, I think you just have to get on with storytelling, and this is what this does. And it's so rushed is the unfair. It just happens. Thank you, it's packed. But at the end, one of the things that I just think is so remarkable is that we get, basically, a story arc that we didn't even know was there before. This is Bad Wolf before Bad Wolf. Because in its own small way, Ace being at Ice World, the chess set in Silver Nemesis, these were just inconsequential things to begin with. All of a sudden here, they're wrapped up into this story in a completely logical way. And by extension, then you think, well, in that case, the Ancient One, his life has got a similar sort of trajectory. Sorin, I'm sure it's Sorin. I'm going to go with Sorin. Who's lovely. Like, what an incidental character, just him out of nowhere. Millington, the scientist whose name escapes me now, who's brilliant in this. Oh, my gosh. That both him and Sorin's take on what Fenric is like when they're embodying it is absolutely phenomenal. And I just think that that sort of thing, these intertwining of stories, we're seeing it right now with Shooty's first season. I think we shall see, but I just think that's remarkable, and I just think the imagination there from a story that, but 5 seasons ago, seemed to be running short of ideas. I'm not dissing Colin Baker's tenure, but I do think that when we lean back, and I don't want to do bad guys in the Whoathon, but I think it's fair to say that Eric Soward, from this perspective, his work is not exactly covered in glory a lot of the time. There are exceptions. If Eric Soward should ever watch this, I don't want to dish you. You are a part of the Who history and therefore have a place in my heart. But by the by. But to go from what seemed like fairly routine stuff to this is just off the chain. And then, where are you going?
I'm going to bed.
We've not finished yet.
You do my husband.
Yes, of course. Then, of course, we've got that final moment with the Doctor who destroys Ace's faith in him so that the Haemovore can do his work. Surely there are fewer scenes in Doctor Who more emotionally affecting than that. And I'd forgotten. It got me. It absolutely got me, right? That 4-part, there's 4 people in the room and everything is just tied into this, and McCoy's performance is just unbelievable. And it's been built up to, hasn't it? It's been built up to that moment because what you've ended up with is this Doctor who clearly is more willing to take risks, more willing to go that extra mile, fly too close to the sun, and just do what has to be done, taking care of business, as we keep saying. And that moment of betrayal in Ace is it's just heartbreaking. It's unbelievable. And that melodrama, is melodrama the right word? That high level of emotion is second nature to New Who now. Especially Shooty. Shooty's crying all the time. You've got no beef with that. That's a wonderful thing. A wonderful take on the Doctor. But the fact that we have these high levels of emotion coming from the Doctor, well, I say emotion, it all spills out after they get out and it explodes, and the Doctor has to try and make good what he's had to have done. So listen, I know I'm guilty of these proclamations, but is Fenric better than Remembrance of the Daleks? Is Fenric better than Remembrance? Comments, tell me. Like, genuinely, I'm not just, I'm not after engagement. I'm going to make a meme soon that I can just spread around Twitter about. Congratulations, you've achieved engagement. I'm not after that, but I don't know now. I genuinely don't know. There's just, I think Remembrance has more colour to it, more emotional breadth, and I think it has layers, storytelling layers that I appreciate, that I really appreciate. But there's no denying the drama and the energy and the frenetic nature of Fenric. There's no denying how brilliantly crafted it is. So all the moving parts just click together. Even with the fierce edit that this has got. It is a fierce edit. Surely you've seen it. Surely you, sir, or lady, or other, have seen The Curse of Fenric. But if you haven't seen The Curse of Fenric, you have to accept that what you're in for here is a almost too tight edit of a phenomenal Doctor Who story. And we can debate I'm not going to watch the extended versions now because I feel satisfied. Unbelievable stuff. Genuinely unbelievable stuff. Whew. Only 3 more episodes of McCoy. It's not right, man. 3 more episodes. Good ones as well, as far as I recall. Very much looking forward to seeing them for various reasons. I think it's going to be a smasher. So there we go. Oh, too good for words.